Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm working on a couple of videos today. This is Wednesday, the day after Wednesday after Christmas. I did a sale this last week, so I was sending off a bunch of orders. I've got one more small sale I'm doing later, but my reason for getting on here today, I'm Sandra. I'm on Poshmark, eBay, Mercari, and kind of looking at going into Facebook Marketplace. We'll see. I am on Kidizen, but I don't sell much on Kidizen. It's one of those platforms where you have to be really active, like Poshmark and Mercari, and I don't sell a lot of kids' clothes, so I was getting activity when I listed a bunch of kids' clothes about 2 months ago, and I haven't had a lot of activity since then. I sold 3 items, but I don't sell a lot of kids' clothes. There's not a lot of profit in kids' clothes, so it's not really my focus. But my reason today for being on here is I just kind of wanted to share with you a day in the life of what I do. It has changed a little bit, and I'll explain why. And then my next video is going to be on my goals for this next year, which I'm really excited about. So my day in my life out here, kind of a backstory to like how I got here is I used to sell on eBay. About 4 or 5 years ago, I was selling on eBay. I was selling clothes, pretty much just Target clothes. So I was selling things, but I wasn't making a lot of profit. And I decided to end up going back to work full time. I was also doing some drop shipping through eBay from Amazon, and it's extremely competitive to drop ship. I'm not going to go into all the detail, but it was just extremely competitive. Again, I just decided to go back to work full time. So, and this was at the time where we were living in Washington, still in Monroe. And my husband and I have 6 absolutely amazing adult kids. We have, coming on now, 4 grandchildren. Our daughter is expecting another baby. She's due this summer, so it'll be our 4th grandbaby. I'm very, very excited about that. But at this time, we still had 5 kids living at home. Excuse me. And we were running our mail station shop in Monroe. So we were very busy. And between having 4 kids in high school and kind of in middle school still at that time, between running my kids back and forth to work that didn't have their licenses and taking them to and from school and other activities, and then running our business, we were so busy. But I decided to just try and sell some things on Poshmark. I found out about Poshmark, and I did sell a few things. In fact, I sold a few things before we moved because I decided to get back into doing Poshmark. This was like 5 years ago. I quit doing that for a while because I was working full time. And then about maybe 4 or 5 months before we decided to sell our house and move out of Washington, I was selling on Poshmark again a little bit. And I sold a few items, and I made a couple $100 in a few months, which was not too bad because it was very, very part-time in between everything I was doing with my kids and working full-time. So I thought, well, shoot, if I could sell a few items like that and make a couple $100 in a few months. Once we moved out here, I had no intentions of going back and selling on Poshmark again. I really didn't. Once we got back out here, we were out here for probably about 3 or 4 months. And I was trying to work on some other things. We are in the process of rehabbing our 1897 home, so I was very busy with my husband doing that. And in the middle of all that, I decided to see if I could, pursue a business working from home, because that's what my husband and I love to do, is working from home. We love being business owners, and working from home is the best option for us that we have found being out here. And I got to thinking about how I made just a couple $100 working on Poshmark during that time for a few months, working full-time, and I thought, gosh, what could happen if I did that full-time? I have no commitments, no obligations here because all of our kids are living in now our daughter is living here, but this was back in March. So we had no kids living in our area, no grandkids, and my husband and I are kind of semi-retired. So I thought, shoot, why not spend some full-time work working on Poshmark? So I started Poshmark back in June of this last year. I sold a few things, and I think at that time I did go into Mercari a little bit, and then we went on a 2.5-week vacation back to Washington to go see our kids. So I don't really consider August to be a selling time for me, because we left like in the middle of August and I didn't sell very many things in August, and then I didn't get back into the platforms until September. Really got it really selling, because it takes time if you go on vacation, put your stuff on vacation mode. It took about a week to vamp things back up again. So I didn't really consider August being a selling time for me. But I've done really well, and I'm now on 4 platforms, looking at 6 platforms to consider cruising. But the day in the life for me now is I'm basically up between 5:30 and 6, and I'm not a morning person. Especially when my kids were growing up, I was not a morning person. I did get up early, because when you're raising kids, no matter what the number is, you're productive if you can get up before your kids. And for me, I work out pretty consistently. I work out right now, the workout routine I'm doing, I work out 6 days a week. And I also like to do some Bible time, so I get my Bible time in and my prayer time in. So I like to get up earlier, and now that I'm not obligated to being up, it's a little bit easier to get up early when you're obligated to being up and you're exhausted from the day with kids, and it's a little bit of a different thing. Plus, our dynamic out here is very different from what it was back. We don't have a mortgage or anything like that, so it's just a lot less stress for our living out here. We feel very blessed and very grateful for where we are in life right now. So I'm up between 5:30 and 6. My first thing that I do is I get up and I feed the animals, a dog and 2 cats, excuse me. I feed them, and then I go do my workout. I work out about 45 minutes to an hour a day, 6 days a week, and then I go get showered up and I get my day going. I do my Bible reading, I have my quiet time, and then usually my husband's usually stirring. Sometimes he's up before me, sometimes he's not. And now that our daughter and son-in-law and grandkids are here, the grandkids get up and I kind of help out with that a little bit, but I do get my day going. Before, I changed it a little bit now, after watching some more research YouTube videos. I'm kind of playing around a little bit with Mercari, because Mercari is one of those platforms where you can do a diversity of things and different things work for different people. And I started out on Mercari where I was not doing free shipping, and I wasn't really sure how to price things. And now that I'm selling on multiple platforms, figuring out how to do that, should I just list everything at the same price, or should I do different pricing? Because each platform sells at a different price tag. I have noticed that after a couple months of research. So I have done some tweaking on different platforms. On Mercari, I've recently got back to doing free shipping. And the reason why I'm doing this is I was doing that process where you can do the reduction of the pricing. I don't remember what it's called, but where you can set it at a price, and then you can mark it to do the smart pricing, where they automatically reduce the price for you, and each time it reduces the price, it bumps the listing up. The problem that I'm running into is it does that like every couple days, and if somebody likes an item, once it reaches that bottom, like I was doing about 20% of the profit, like when you do a 20% discount on Poshmark, I was doing a 20% at the lowest for the bottom of that pricing, and then you have to go into I use Vendu. You have to go into Vendu, and you have to relist that item, bump it back up to the original pricing, so it can go through again. The problem is that if you're doing that like at least once a week, if you have likers in that item and you want to build up likers to be able to send offers, you're eliminating those likers when you relist that item. So I'm finding that I can't send offers to likers to multiple people and really get eyes on those items. So after watching a video yesterday, I decided to tweak it a little bit. I've tried a couple different things on Mercari, and I'm going to try it this way now. I did it where I did the smart pricing without free shipping, and I had them pay shipping, and I have had multiple people purchase things from me. I've sold probably 30 plus items in the past few months on Mercari doing this, but I feel like I might be able to sell more if I offer free shipping. I'm just going to give it a try, take the smart pricing off, and that way I can get multiple likers to an item and be able to send maybe like a 20% off on on that item, and I price it accordingly so I can pay for the shipping and do my offer pricing to them. So I changed that in the last day or so. I'm in the process of kind of making some changes for that on my listings. So I was doing the, changing the price listings every morning on Mercari. Now keep in mind, I have 500 listings right now. On Mercari, I have almost 300. That is a lot of adjusting of items each morning or every other morning to relist those items. It can take an hour if I have like 30 or 40 of those items to relist because the pricing dropped to the bottom of the pricing like I was talking about. That's a long time. And I'm not hiring anybody to do it right now. So I decided trying different, not only to not have to continue to do that, because honestly, I'd rather be taking the hour to be listing new items than to be relisting and delisting those items because they hit the smart pricing bottom on the listing. I'd rather be listing new items because, yeah, it bumps the listing up, but if you're active every day listing on Mercari, it bumps your listings up anyway because it bumps up who you are because you're active on the listings. So I'd rather be spending that time listing more items than repricing items that I had likes on. So I'm going to try that for a while with the free shipping and see if that helps, because I do know that a lot of people search for free shipping on Mercari. It's one of those platforms where people just look for things dirt cheap. Now eBay, you can price a little higher on some things, and I do charge shipping on my eBay, but that's a whole other thing. So I was doing that in the morning. My daily routine, I was doing that in the morning. I'm not trying to talk too loud on certain things because I know I'm doing the day in the life what I'm doing, but I'm explaining why I changed those things. So now I'm not going to be doing the repricing of Mercari. So I'll be able to spend that time doing more listings. And I do spend a good 3-4 hours a day listing. And the reason why it takes me that long, I try to do between 5 and 10 items a day. I'm listing on 4 to 5 platforms right now if I do kick up Facebook Marketplace. Right now I'm doing 4. I'm doing Depop, Mercari, Poshmark, and I'm doing eBay now. So I'm doing four different platforms. And if you're listing between 5 to 10 items a day, that's a lot of listings. Because, yeah, you don't have to redo the entire listing per platform, but it does still take time to transfer, to do the information on each different platform. So I start out listing. I get my 5 items for sure done each day. And then depending on what time I have left, I try to do between 7, 8, and 10 listings. And if my goal, and especially now that I'm not going to be delisting, relisting Mercari, I should be able to try and reach my 10, because I would really like to be doing 10 listings a day. So if you're doing 10 listings a day times 4 platforms, that's 40 listings you're doing every day on the platforms with the items you're doing. And even if I'm only doing 5, that's 20 listings a day. That's fantastic. I would like to get to the point where I'm doing more, but right now we're trying to get a better routine down. And it's been really great because my husband's been helping me. So once I get the listings done, I just recently started up using the Posh VA. So that is actually sending my offers to likers, because I was finding that on my phone every time I heard a ding, I was looking to see if it was offers to likers and then sending an offer, and then sometimes I was just trying to do that twice a day. Believe it or not, he's stopping every time to see if there's an offer to liker on your phone. It's amazing how much that distracts you from actually just focusing on listing. So I'm trying to find ways where I'm doing better time management with what I'm actually focused and zeroed in on. So I've got this doing that for me, and it also shares my listings. Now, I'll be honest with you, I had no problem sharing my listings because I'm sharing every hour, so I was sharing a good 10 to 12 times a day sharing my Poshmark closet. That is your marketing. I have no problem doing it. It's free marketing. Hey, I have no problem with that. My issue that I was running into is that because of the muscles in your hands and your fingers, how many times you're scrolling and tapping, I was finding that my hands were starting to ache, and the joints and muscles in my hands were starting to hurt doing that so much all the time, on top of what else I was doing anyway on my phone. To me, it's worth the $25 a month for it to be sharing my closet. I share every 2 hours except for at night. So I share at 6 a.m., 8 a.m., 10 a.m., noon, 2, 4, 6, and then I share at 8. And then I share at 10 because of the time difference. So I have an app doing that for me. And to me, it's worth the $25 a month to free up some of the anxiety in my hand. And I'm not busy on my phone doing all that stuff. I'm busy listing more items to sell. So that's kind of what I do throughout the day, and I obviously stop and eat my food. And I do spend time talking with my husband about different things and clean up my house. And I have all those other things that I do. I do Bible study Wednesday morning. So Wednesday morning I take a couple of hours. So that's my time just between me and my fellowship with my friends and stuff at church, which has been great for me. But my days are very full. I'm usually up between 5:30 and 6. I usually go to bed between 9:30 and 10:30. And I'm up and at it again. I try to be very productive, and even if I'm listening, I do find that I watch TV shows, but I find that that also distracted me. So now I just try to, well, it's kind of hard to do that now with little kids running around, but I try to be very productive, you guys, and I'm always looking for ways to be more productive, and maybe even take time instead of watching, like, TV, maybe taking time to do more research. I did a lot of research last weekend instead of watching TV shows. I just try to really take advantage of the time. Now, granted, I do have downtime. In the evenings, once my daughter and my son-in-law go into their own room, the grandkids are in bed, I take time for just me and my husband. And since this is now doing my sharing for me, I'm now focused on him and time with him. So I'm not busy on this every other hour or checking likers or anything like that, because this app is doing all that for me, which is great. It's worth it to me. So that's kind of my day, and I'm really enjoying it. There are, eventually down the road, I think I'm going to be hiring some people to do the cross-listing for me. But I'm not going to be doing that anytime soon because my husband is helping me. And what my husband is doing, he takes pictures for me, which has been fantastic. And then he adjusts the pictures. He lightens them up, brightens them up. He focuses in on things for me. And he's also now doing the weight, because on Mercari you have to do weight, and on eBay you have to do weight. So he does the weight for me and a couple other different things so that I'm not busy doing that when I'm listing. Now all I have to do is go into the description and write the description out. And then I obviously go in and, whether it's men's, women's, and all that, and then I finish out the listing. He's doing the weight for me, and the pictures, they're already there, and he has it all set ready to go in my drafts for me. So he's been doing that, which has been a huge help, huge time saver, so I'm able to list more items during the day than I used to. So that's kind of what my day is like. I'm not sure if I could break that down anymore. Again, once I'm done with my morning routine with just kind of seeing, if there's been any sales, I do my shipping in the morning. I get my packages ready in the morning. For my evening purchases at night, I do get all my shipping done before I start anything. So as soon as I've got my day going, usually around 9 or 9:30, I get all my packages together, get all my shipments ready to go. And then either my husband or myself will usually take them down in the early afternoon to the post office. So if it's been purchased after about 3 o'clock, then it goes out the next day. If it's purchased that night or that morning, it goes out that afternoon. So we do same day or next day delivery unless it's Saturday. Now my Saturday post office is only open for half an hour on Saturday morning. So if I'm not there by 9:30, it goes out Monday, and there's obviously no shipping on Sundays. So if somebody purchased something really early on Saturday or on Friday evening after the Friday ship out, then I send those out Saturday morning. And then if I have sales during the day on Saturday, those just go out Monday morning. And then I do let people know, like the last Sunday was like the post office wasn't even open on Saturday because it was Christmas. So if I had somebody buying something Friday evening or Saturday, I just let them know, hey, this will be shipping Monday because of Christmas. And they're like, no problem whatsoever. Thank you so much. And I'm like, absolutely. So that's kind of what I do. I hope that helps you guys. We're just really enjoying this, and we're making money. I had kind of a slow December. I haven't made as much this month so far as I made last month, but actually considering how sick we were last month, and then the holidays and family here, I still actually did better than I expected to be doing. So, and running the sale that I ran did help, but I did still do quite a few sales, which was great for December. Next year, we're definitely hoping to be doing more. But since we've only really been at it for about 4 months, I think what we're making each month is actually really darn good, considering the fact we've only been at it for about 4 months. We had a vacation in there too. So I'm actually really pleased with how things are going. For those of you who have already purchased from me or are watching my videos, thank you so much for your support. I really appreciate it. My YouTube channel is fairly new, and I'm just hoping that this content is helping people. I always really appreciate people and the YouTube videos that they put out, the free information, because I know some people do classes and courses and they sell them, and I have actually purchased them previously from one gal, but there's a lot of people who put out free content on YouTube about how they did things, and it's very appreciated because not everybody has money to spend on courses. They really don't, especially in this economy and this time right now. What I'm giving to you, I'm not charging anything for, I'm not putting courses together, it's going to be free. And I honestly don't have time to put courses together, to be honest with you. I'd rather be listing items and making money that way and just sharing with you this way, and then spending time with my family than spending time making courses. That's just my personal right now and my time in my season right now. So I hope that helps. My next video is going to be kind of my story. Well, actually, I kind of shared with you. My next video is going to be my goals for next year. So again, I hope this video helped. I hope it helps you understand. Again, I am semi-retired. I do have 6 kids and almost 4 grandkids, but I am semi-retired and I don't have other commitments outside of what I do here because our life has changed since we moved from Washington. So I am able to do this full time, and it keeps me busy. It's been so great. It's so fulfilling, and I really appreciate all your support, you guys. My next video, like I said, is going to be on my goals for next year, and I've really been thinking about that. And I might even share with you in those goals how Mercari's doing as far as the changes, because that'll probably be next week, and I'm hoping to kind of see a difference there, and I'm hoping it's going to make more sales because it is free shipping. And the fact that I'm able to send offers to more likers. So I hope that helps you guys. This is, again, Wednesday, so I hope you guys have a great few days, and I will talk to you guys in the next video. Thank you so much, you guys. You guys rock. Have a really great day, and we'll talk to you soon.